Hello, welcome back to part 2. A lot of people seem to like the first part of this tutorial, so I thought it'd be fair to make another one. I'm going to start up here straight away, and what we'll need is some cobblestone. You can add in some mossy cobblestone as well to make it look like it's overgrown. Oh, there we go. Don't get the infested cobblestone. I always make that mistake. And I'm using schematica again to make this easier. The fact that there's two types of cobblestone is a bit of a problem. I might get some red blocks. Try this video. I don't know. Might make it slightly irritating. Oh dear. It's a double slab one. I don't know. So yeah, fortunately, the first video was quite, well, reasonably popular. Some people have been asking, when's part 2 coming? I've released a couple of videos before this one. At least a couple. I'm not sure when I'm going to release this. And people are saying, oh, when is part 2 coming? So I've made it a priority to make this video, and yeah, I think it's reasonably easy to follow with myself using this mod. It's pretty easy just for me to record this and hopefully for you to follow it. I think from now on I'm just going to use the regular cobblestone. But obviously make sure you integrate some mossy cobblestone into the build. Yeah, that's one side done. You can follow this down to these sections, but I'm not going to cover this. I'm not going to cover that in this video, because you need to build the cannons first, really. Oh, disappeared. Let me know how you find these kind of tutorials, the ones where I'm using this mod. Like personally, I think it's good. It makes it a lot easier for me to make the tutorials, so I hope you like them. Oh, there you go. So yeah, you can make that fence up at the top, and you can do a little bit, like I said, you can do a little bit here and here later on, but I think it makes more sense to wait until we've built the cannons. This stage is going to take quite long, and the block I've chosen as the base layer, well, there are two blocks. There's Dead Brain Coral block. Dead Brain Coral. Here we go. And this choice was kind of arbitrary, really. They were the right sort of colour and shade. And then cobbled deep slate. So cobbled deep slate goes on top, and the cobbled deep slate and Dead Brain Coral block, or mouthful, goes on the bottom. So you've probably built the ribs at this stage. Now, I think what I would do, I'd probably build some more ribs just in between. Sorry about these invisible blocks. Oh, we want to use the cobbled deep slate at the top, don't we? It doesn't have to be perfect, just I would put in one additional rib between, well, I would double the number of ribs, you know, I'd put an additional rib in between the existing ribs. A lot of people in previous tutorials have said to me, like, oh, I can't do this, this is too complicated. Well, I get it if you're on survival. I mean, that's kind of understandable. I think it would be doable on survival. But on creative mode, this is quite easy. Maybe it looks hard, I don't know. Maybe I'm just used to doing this. I think this is quite easy. It just takes a long time. And it definitely helps if you have world edit, because then you can just copy it over to the other side. Even if you don't have world edit, as long as the ribs are symmetrical, then there shouldn't be much of a problem. It might be a bit tricky here actually, but I can just follow this. I should be able to follow the cabin here. Follow this curve. It's a good noise, that one. I'd like to try the newer versions of Minecraft. I'm still on, I don't know if my mic's close enough here. I don't know if they've made any particularly good improvements. I see a lot of silly stuff being added, which doesn't really interest me. Maybe it is good stuff, I don't know. Someone showed me that they were adding, I can't remember what it was now. Basically adds depth, so it's like a what do they call them now? Trapdoors. Wow. It's a bit like a trapdoor. It adds depth to, or detail to the side of a block. So that's kind of interesting. Be interesting to see how you could use that to make houses like windows look better. But it's been a long time since the game's been released now. It's quite an old game. I'm surprised it's still popular. Yeah. Alright. We've done that. And then come here. Basically just start filling it up. The water level's there. We want the deep slate to go to the water level. Been wondering what new videos I can make as well. I think it's really hard these days because it's quite a saturated market. The game has been around for a while. You know what do you do to be original? It's hard. I used to build these. I used to play survival Minecraft on this server, and I made this town with my friend, which eventually was deleted by the admin, unfortunately. and everyone in the town's builds got deleted with it. And I remember someone building this ship in the port, and I thought, oh, that's really cool. And I started building ships, trying to make them better and better. Like whenever I'd build them, I'd think, well, I haven't done that part very well, and then I would improve it. It's getting a bit messy here. Fill this part out as well. This is very simple. Don't need any fancy curves here, just a straight line. That's done. I won't be covering the cabins in this video as well. I'm not sure whether to do that because I think from the frame you can do it on your own, but I don't know, people might ask me to do that. If you want me to make a part 3 and show you a little bit more details, then that's fine. I'm just trying to make it as simple as possible because ships are quite complicated, there's a lot to do, and I'm just thinking at the time of the video it's going to be incredibly long if I'm showing you every single detail and how really hard to follow. Yeah, so we've done that. Now it's just a question of rounding these shapes, these layers. So you see how it's a random shape. You want to make it like an oval, oval shaped. You see like this one. You see how it's oval shaped. If you're cutting an apple, what shape is the slice? It's a round shape, it's not a rectangle. Hopefully. Unless you've got some genetically modified apple. I've seen images of what is it now? Is it pumpkins? I'm thinking of pumpkins for some reason. It's kind of it's a fruit or vegetable that's grown. Oh, it's a watermelon. It's a watermelon that's grown in a box, and it grows to fill the box. So when it's ready to eat, it's actually a cube. Yeah, this is why I usually don't provide commentary. Well, I try to avoid it now because these are the sort of pieces of information that I produce. You have to round the bottom as well, these bottom layers. I don't really mind doing this too much. I don't think it's that boring. I guess it doesn't take too long as long as you've not got a massive ship. And this ship is about medium size, I guess. I'm going to make an ironclad ship because not many people have made like a decent ironclad steamship. From what I've seen online, I might be wrong. It's looking pretty good. Almost like I've done this before. I think it's just this section now, and a bit up there. doesn't really have to be perfect because we're going to add stuff onto this. Well, the upper section anyway. Not that it's not important, I just think it doesn't really need to be like 100% perfect. Alright, all that's good. Now just the upper section here. I think that's done. Looks pretty good to me. Now if you've got world edit like I have, make a position here. And position here. Copy it. Flip. Paste. There you go. And if you look down the ship, like I'm doing, it should be quite round. And it looks pretty good. You can make any corrections at this stage, obviously. If you've got any blocks sticking out. Oh, I've done a good job there. Because I'm such an expert, obviously. Right, the next stage, well first you can, I'm getting ahead of myself now. Just to remind you, go to every block, every wall block, and then punch a hole out. So lots of fun, hours of fun doing that. Yeah, we're at this stage, and we want to paint on. Let me show you which blocks we need to get. Okay, so it's a moss block. And just a regular stone block I've decided to use. And yeah, that's about it. I'm thinking, do I want to use a command for this? I think I probably will. Alright, we'll just do it manually. Sorry about that. What blocks am I chosen? Okay, so the first step I would say is just to mix the bottom and the top a little bit. And now you can hear the sound of my mouse quite distinctly. So we're mixing in that dead coral brain, dead brain coral, whatever it's called, and then we'll mix in some of the deep slate, the cobbled deep slate. I think there's an issue with the, you know, the brush I was trying to use. Well, clearly there was on horizontal surfaces. So if I choose moss block, it will do the top of the layer, which will work all right actually. Yeah, you just got to be careful. You try not to touch any important things. Like the beakhead, and basically you want to mix in. God, I'm not talking properly in this video. You want to mix in some moss. Get some moss down. Yeah, and then get some stone, random bits of stone. Mix that in as well. Oh. Go crazy. Right, there you go. You can make some maybe denser patches of green moss. There you go. And yeah, it looks pretty good. I like that. From this stage as well, you could add in some vines. You could add some vines to it, but I think we'll probably leave that later because we're not done yet. And obviously you can repeat that onto the other side. I really like the job that's on there. It's very, very good. Make sure you don't get the top as well, if you can help it. Or maybe that looks good, I don't know. Wow. Yeah. Made a mistake with that brush. Don't do what I've done. Okay, so once you've done that correctly, you can start adding these details. So once again, I'll use... I think you should mostly use cobble, mossy cobble for this. Again, don't use the infested blocks. That always annoys me. And yeah, come to each cannon port. This is going to annoy me because it will show red because I'm using a regular cobblestone block there. So just ignore the red. And I'm using a bit of mossy stone brick there as well for the rigging later on. I should have fixed that before making this video. I'm gonna see a lot of red. Maybe there's a setting that I can use to disable that. There probably is. Oh well. I think you can tell what I'm doing. Hopefully. I've done that one. Alright, that's the top layer. And then where should I start here? Start in the middle. So just half a block below the cannon port. Start laying those slabs. So it should be a gentle curve that goes along, that is aligned with the decks, the curvature of the decks. Well, the decks are fully formed here. Obviously you won't have that, but yeah, I think you've got the plan for it, hopefully. And then let's start in the middle again. So it's on the it's just below the cannon ports now, and then you go up. I'm actually using stone brick slabs here, I've noticed. So you could use stone brick slabs if you want as well. I'm not using the mossy variant, obviously. So you could use, sorry, it's a bit confusing. You can use the regular stone brick as well if you want. I think I've chosen to do this so the cannon ports stand out a little bit more. They're a bit more impressive looking. And then, what is this called? An observer. Is it an observer? How do you get it to face the other way? Okay, so, oh dear. We have to do it this way then. Yeah, I was looking for a block that had a face on it. So if you can use another block with a face on it, then that would be great. But this is the best one that I could find. I think it looks okay. But maybe if you have like a special texture pack, there might be another block that's better suited to this. Oh god. some of these observers as well, I've laid a... I think I've laid a carpet for some reason. I think it's because I've put a slab on some of them. So get a stone slab again. Oh, it's in my hand. In order to affect that, create that sort of curve, that smooth curve that you can get with slabs. Obviously the observer's a full block. So if we get some carpet as well. I think I've chosen a light grey carpet. This bit's really not important. You see, to kind of match the colours rather than having a slab there and like a darker block. But yeah, that's not really important. Is there a faster way to rotate blocks now? I'm not sure. Okay, put a slab on the blocks there, and then carpet, slab. Right, and now all that's left is these vertical blocks. It's all quite simple, really. Might get a bit strange towards the end. And yeah, that's the side pieces done. All the red blocks you can see, like I keep saying, are regular cobblestone pieces. So if I'm going to switch these out. Oh, there you go. Yeah, it will fix that. So you just want to mix the regular cobblestone with the mossy cobblestone ideally. Otherwise you can just use regular cobblestone if you can't be bothered doing that. And then you'll reach a stage exactly like this one. Now what block have I chosen for this? Dead. It's the coral block again. Dead brain, cobble. Coral. I keep saying cobble. That's one side of the anchor. And then I think I've chosen dark oak. Oh, what have I chosen? Spruce. Well, you can use either block. I think dark oak would look good as well. I think for the rest of the ship I've chosen spruce, so I probably wanted to keep it a little bit more, what would you say, like coherent, matching the rest of the build. Yeah. So that's the anchor, and then you can do the same on the other side. What have we used up here? Turf. Very strange. You can get some turf for a block that looks similar to turf to make the... I think they're called yards. Anyway, the horizontal pieces that attach to the masts. Obviously this one will be the widest. You want to try and match roughly the width that I'm creating here. And then towards the top, to make it look a little bit thinner, I've chosen some slabs, some half blocks there. There you go. Just do the same for the rest of them. Oh, wrong block. I just try to, when I'm building something, I try to use a bit of a range of blocks, and I think the dead brain coral, the turf, the cobblestone, the cobbled deep slate. I guess that's a bit of a darker block, but it gives you quite a nice mix of blocks that have similar similar appearances. One might be slightly darker than the other, so rather than having one, what would you say, like homogeneous palette, meaning like the same palette, the same stuff. It gives you a bit of variation. Down here, this is quite simple. You just go one block down every time. Right, just up to there. I think you might have a diagram for that already, I don't know. But if not, just make it about up to there, you know. Almost even on both sides. Make that bit a little bit longer. Alright, that's that stage finished. Now to the rigging. God. This will take some time. I think I'll pause the video here and come back to it later on. I messed up part of the video. I basically just misspoke and thought it was quite embarrassing. So I've edited this. So I've deleted that recording. And I'm going to start from here instead, because I'm embarrassed. I don't know if you've ever done any recording, but I used to make a lot of mistakes, and it would take me, sometimes it would take me a while to basically to speak properly, not to make any errors. I think if you're recording and you know you can redo the video, redo the recording, you're more likely to make stupid errors. Yeah, so I'm using hoppers and some spruce trapdoors for the lower part, and then we can move on to regular fences as we get higher. And you can see I'm using a line that goes inwards every 2 or 3 blocks. I really hate misspeaking in front of people in my day-to-day life as well. It's always embarrassing, you know. Or if your voice breaks, or I don't know. I use the wrong word sometimes. It's annoying. I want to sound like a genius in front of everyone, but it doesn't happen. There we go. I'm just going to do one side for this build, because otherwise it's going to take a long time. I'll do this back bit. And hopefully you've built this section here. I've forgotten what they're called. The board that the rigging attaches to. I was considering building some more dinosaur models as well. I think the recent one that I made was reasonably popular. I don't know, Minecraft, I think it's probably less popular than it was a few years ago. Still doing quite well, but in general, there are new things, new games out, It's yeah, it's not. I would say it's not quite as popular. I mean, it's doing really well considering how old it is. If you think most games go out of fashion quite soon, be interesting to see if anything can replace it if they make a Minecraft 2. Or they were talking about Hytale a few years ago, and I don't know what happened to the development of Hytale. Something about they couldn't live up to the promises they were giving people. Oh, sorry about that. Which is fair enough, really. From the videos of Hytale, it looked like quite a good game. I liked a lot of what they were showing, like the kind of blocks, the builder mechanics. Like in terms of blocks, they were going to give people more micro blocks, like blocks for roofs, rope blocks, blocks that would give your buildings a little bit of depth and more detail than what you find in regular Minecraft. So for this section, it's obviously just the same. I'm going to skip past a few sections just to make this video a little bit more condensed. Otherwise, this is going to take absolutely ages. Yeah, I was liking what I was seeing. There's a mod called Conquest Reforged that I've never really tried properly, that allows you to use a lot of these micro blocks. And then recently I've seen videos of someone using, I think it was ray tracing in Minecraft. It might not have been ray tracing, but they were using shaders with Conquest Reforged, and then this mod that allows the game to have an increased what do they call it now? Render distance, that's it. So your render distance is absolutely crazy. You can see, as you would if you were in the real world, I guess, you can see mountains in the distance, which is one of the main drawbacks for modern games, I guess. In order to render everything, they make the render distance. In order for the game to run properly, they make the render distance really short, just to decrease any performance issues. If you're rendering everything in your surrounding area, it's going to be really hard on your computer. But yeah, with these like modern computers, with what do they have now? RTX 5090s, quite powerful. So yeah, with this mod, the game looked really realistic. Like, it didn't even look like Minecraft anymore. I don't think it's an ideal solution for most people because it requires a NASA grade computer, but I would like the game developers to do something. I don't really like the updates they've been producing. They're just a bit boring. I don't think they changed the game fundamentally. Obviously, as a builder, I would just like to see them add more or superior building mechanics. Like, if you could give us some blocks that would allow us to add some depth and detail, like you see in Conquest Reforged. Like you have trapdoors, they're good. We don't have any other blocks really that you can use to add on to the side of full blocks. You obviously have slabs and stairs, but then you don't have like an arch block. So if you want to make an arch, like that's the best curve you can make. You know, it's not really that great. It'd be nice to have some round blocks and There's some variations so that houses look a little bit nicer. I don't think you should completely change it to the point where no one's using full blocks anymore, because ultimately the game's is also about simplicity. Yeah, be nice to see some Conquest Reforged like blocks added to the base game. Alright, so that's the front door. We can do this section. To the, what do they call them? You can call them yards, I guess. The bits of wood attached to the masts. You can add some gates either side. Just like that. And it would be nice to see a graphical improvement as well. I'm using the Java edition right now, but when I've tried using the what do they call it now? The Bedrock edition. I remember the graphics looking quite good. Like quite impressive, really. Maybe I'm just on the wrong edition. Obviously, the problem is I need all the mods from Java. They're only written for the Java edition, so yeah, it's difficult. I think World Edit and some of the other mods that I use should just be part of all the mods that I use that are important to me should be part of the game, so I don't need to download them. So I'm making the ropes that attach to the yards here, or the spars, whatever you want to call them. And I'm using mossy cobble for this. This is quite a complicated part, really, because you have to attach it to every single yard. As I said, I'll probably show you a few examples of each, and then you can do the rest, otherwise the video is going to be really long. And I don't want to make really long videos anymore. Forgot about this as well. Just for the anchor, you can do that either side. Do the middle bit. Oh, just hard to place these. Trick I like to do if you're on World Edit, obviously using the replacement tool. It's a lot faster that way. Sure, I only make a mistake, so I don't know why it's open on some of them and closed on others. Just to punish me. That's the middle section. Then we'll move back to the back here. go. And then one last one. Look at that speed. There we go. And moving back to the, what do they call it? The mizzen mast. So on most ships you'll find this actually splits off. In this shape. Oh. That's how you do that. And yeah, just repeat what I've been doing throughout the rest of the ship. It's quite easy really. It's a bit difficult to make those look good. And yeah, I'll just show you how to make more of these blocks, more of these ropes out of the blocks, out of the wall blocks. So this should come down like this. And then connect here down to the same position. I hope this tutorial has been alright. I think my commentary has been quite poor. I keep misspeaking and yeah, it's annoying me. So I guess it's not very natural if you're just talking to yourself for a prolonged period, is it? It's not normal. Alright, I'll show you what it looks like when you've done all that. It should look like this. See, all the ropes are done. And I might quickly show you what you can do when you've got a completed ship, just to make the video a little bit more entertaining. I'll change to game mode, spectator. Oh no, I've got I've got the model on a different map. One sec. I just thought it'd be worth showing you this. I'm going to make a tutorial for this build because I think it's quite easy to build and I really like it. I got the idea originally from this other guy, this other builder, who I've referenced in. I've mentioned him in one of my top 10 builds of my top 10 builds of the decade video, and he made a really fantastic job of his model. I think this one is a bit smaller, probably doesn't look quite as good as his, but I like it. I think for the size it looks pretty good. And if you built the Flying Dutchman, you can use World Edit to tilt it over and build this model with a black bow. So if you're interested, I'll give you the commands before I've released the video, but otherwise just wait for the video to come out and you can see how to build the what do you call it, the maelstrom battle, the whirlpool battle. Anyway, hope you've enjoyed the video and have a good day. Oh, goodbye.